Welcome back, guys. We're doing a video to explain the whole version 2 and how to fit it. We did this on the version 1 kit, but I want to do a good kind of description of how I fitted it on this car to help you guys in the future, because a lot of people are a bit confused about how the front bumper is all fiberglass now and how they're going to fit it. So on my car, I built bumper bars front and back to make my life easier, but I'm a fabricator. For you, that's harder for you to do. But I've made this so this bumper, as you can see, is completely fiberglass, front to back, with the mould in the top, and I've made a bumper bar. Now, this is a cheeky way of doing it for me. I could probably make you one of these if you get stuck, but the original bumper bars are fiberglass here, which you obviously know. This is built to take the fiberglass original bumper here. So you can run this bumper on the original front end of the car with no problems at all. And then we just got it zip tied so it goes through into the wing and through the grille panel as well here. So that's quite a simple job, and it's got all the depth in here for your original fiberglass in a bumper mold basically for here. So that should be fairly simple and easy for you to fit. I've made it so it will slip, the bottom vent slips into here as well. You can see where it's been rubbed in, and there will be holes in the bumper to cable tie it around here as well to secure it at the bottom. But your original bumper bar will do the same job. So you don't need a bumper bar, so you can use the original one. So that's a little bit of advice for there. And then we come down to the side of the car. These are obviously new side skirts. We spent quite a lot of time doing this side skirt for two reasons, and we did it for everybody's taste really. So obviously, you know, they do the original SE trim, which is the thin narrow trim, and they do an M Sport trim, which is a thicker wider trim. On the version 1 kit, we made it so it was lower so you could have the M Sport trim, but most people who ran that kit had the original SE trim, and it looks a bit of a weird gap. So what we've done is we've made this super thin to the wing. So what you can do is literally get the kit, you can put your M Sport molds on, fit the kit over the top, and you can trim this top piece off to fit if you wanted to run M Sport trim. So we've done that on purpose so you can have whatever style you want. I mean, it will look good with the M Sport trim on because it will keep the mold flowing all the way through. But we also did it so if that was a hard part to get in the future, you can just run the stock ones and it looks just as good. In my opinion, I'm just going to leave it like this. It looks just as good for me. Obviously the version 2 kit. Now the coupe and the saloon. The saloon's going to be coming up the same. We haven't done the saloon skirts yet, but we'll come to that to another video. The coupe now comes up here. So this side skirt and the front bit is all one piece. This section here is a second piece that goes into it. And the reason why we did this was because the old kit looked good, but when you add over fenders like this, where it's a wide arch, it kind of looked like a recess there. It kind of looked like there's something missing. So what we decided to do was make this infill panel, and if you wanted it, you can have it. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. But another reason why we did it was this part of the car, when you're getting close to someone drifting, gets damaged by their wheel. So this panel is a bit awkward to change and fill. So it also can cover up some damage if you wanted it to. And now how I fitted this is really, really simple. It's literally, you can see the two head of the screws just here inside the door. And then on the panel inside here, we fitted one in there and then one at the very bottom, and that's all that holds that on, and it's nice and secure. On the skirt itself is obviously them two down there, and then there's two in the end, and it's rigid. I mean, that's really good, solid fit. So we made that so it's nice and simple to fit. There's a tiny bit of trimming to be done just on the back of the wing so the door allows to shut, but that's it. These haven't been trimmed at all. They're completely made off a good car, so that's no issue there at all. The other thing that's, again, it's the same. We've made this panel so you can trim it for the M Sport trim. So If you wanted to go have the thicker trim and have it so that's a little bit smoother, you can do. There's nothing really much else. The only other difference in this kit to the version 1 kit is this kit's 12mm lower. The reason why that happened was because a lot of the guys I've seen in the States that are running V8s and big power, they want to run an 18-inch wheel. Well, the problem with running an 18-inch wheel is it takes a car up an inch, and then you've got like a gap to floor issue, in my opinion. So we made this one a little bit lower to compromise to running an 18-inch wheel. I think 36s look better on a 17-inch wheel, but that's just my preference. Obviously these are our arches we sell as well. You can buy these in our shop, and they're really simple to fit. This car's been tugged up to probably here somewhere and taken out, so there's plenty of room. Now with the rear bumper mould, this is completely handmade. With the rear bumper mould, this bit of the bumper actually comes up to here on the mould. Now because I've lowered the car so much, I've had to chop that out and I've brought the wheel out. If you haven't got the wide arches but still want to run the rear bumper, this actually follows the line of the original arch. So this is something that if you run a wide arch car and you want to have it super low like mine, you need to chop this out, and it gives you more room and it also flows. So, and I've actually, where I painted this trim, I've actually shortened the trim a little bit just on the masking, so it looks like there's still a bit of the green there, so it kind of looks like it still flows. I think that's that with that. The rear bumper, now this is a big issue a lot of people are probably going to see. This has got a bumper bar behind it to support it. If you're a bit handy with fabrication, you can do that yourself. If you want to run the standard bumper bar on the back, you can, but make sure you seal that the inside the stock bumper is a bit of, I think it's polystyrene, and you need to make sure that is still your stock bumper, and you need to glue it into this bumper. Then this bumper will sit exactly in the right place on the body. This was something that I was a bit worried about making this complete mould, because obviously the original bumper finishes here and then we used to have a lip. But if you're clever with it, you can just tiger seal the polystyrene into the bumper. The original bumper bar will support it and it will look just as good as this. And then on the side on this, all I've done, because it is going to come off now and again, all I've done is fired up a tech screw into the rear quarter, into there, and I've literally just got one in there, and it's solid, you know, it's pretty good. If it comes off, it comes off, and there's enough room to have a cable tie through there, or even if you wanted to, you could run the ties into here, just whichever what you prefer, what's easy to get it on and off a trailer if you're trailering it and everything else. So any questions about that, please message me, and the side skirts and the front bumper. Right, we move on to the roof spoiler. This is a brand new version 2 roof spoiler. We are going to do another like a version 0.2.5, but we'll come to that later on. This is basically this spoiler. I went a lot more design into this one. As you can see, it follows the contour of the roof, so it keeps that line through the front and the back, and we've got a nice folded edge, so it's nice and rigid. It's quite solid, you see. Now, a lot of people get confused with how to fit these. This one fits a lot better than the version 1. We spent a lot of time getting the mould right, and basically run an inch of masking tape around there, an inch of masking tape on the body around there, and then what you do is just, this fits perfectly in here, so all you need to do is put a bit of weight in the middle to prop it in there, and then tiger seal. You can, a few people lick their finger, and you put your tiger seal in there with the gun and just run your finger through it down there and like that. And then once you're happy with how the finish is, don't let the tiger seal dry on the masking tape. Take the masking tape straight off, leave the weight on. I did it overnight. It's probably more beneficial to leave it overnight to let it go off. It would probably stick in about an hour, but I just left mine overnight. And that's basically how that's fitted. There's nothing really hard. You know, everything will fit onto the stock car fairly easy. And like I say, if you have any questions, please let me know. We are going to go into fitting a boot spoiler. We have got a boot spoiler coming out, which is going to come out later on in January, which we will show you how to fit. I'm actually really proud of the boot spoiler. I think it looks really good, and it's something that's been needing to come for a while. But yeah, so I hope that helps you. So this is HM Sports version 2. Obviously I'll put a few clips of the fresh car when we got it outside. And any questions, please comment on the video. Please message me through Instagram, either Huxley Motorsport or HM Sports Aero page, and we will reply to you as fast as we can. So any questions, please comment. I'll reply as soon as I can, and really hope everybody enjoys this new kit. It's been a big learning curve for us to build it, but we're super happy with how it's come out. We're super happy with how this has turned out and how well it went down. Got to do a lot more work to the actual car now. It might look pretty, but it doesn't go anywhere really. So we've got to do that, and we'll be out on track. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one.